Welcome back to my channel, or welcome here if this is your first time seeing me. And as usual, just diving straight into the point. So today I want to talk to you guys about manifestation, which I know is a pretty popular topic. I know there's tons of videos here about manifestation, but I wanted to give my personal take on it and just kind of give tips for those who feel like manifestation isn't working for you. If that applies to you, or if you are someone who has heard the manifestation buzzword, but you're not someone who's dove into it yet or really been intentional about putting it into practice, then yeah, watch this video. So I think the first important thing to note and understand about how manifestation works is that your mind, your subconscious, is a projection of your reality, your external experience. So if there are things in your life that aren't going the way that you want, if there are areas of your life that you want to fix, or that just don't seem to be flowing the way that you intended to, then I want you to understand that it's not by chance and that you can fix it. You can redirect it. And everything starts internally. Everything starts with your mindset. In other words, the universe is not just acting upon you, but it's also responding to you. So anything in your reality that you want to shift, you can do so. But you have to understand that this requires work. It requires effort on your part. And most importantly, everything that you want in life requires a sacrifice. So no, this doesn't mean you have to sacrifice a chicken or your firstborn child, but it may mean that you have to give up certain bad habits or give up things that don't serve you. And why this is important is that your bad habits communicate messages that are in your subconscious. And remember, your subconscious is a projection of your reality. It's what's creating your experience. So for example, if you're someone who regularly eats unhealthy, or you just neglect your body in some way, what you may not realize is that this bad habit, it may communicate a message that you subconsciously don't value yourself enough to upkeep yourself and take care of yourself. So that's just one example, but the bad habit could be anything. It could be your diet, it could be lack of exercise, it could be a vice, drinking, smoking, anything that you do that does not serve you. These subconscious messages are what is being, or how we communicate with the universe. So if you can't make the smaller sacrifices to upkeep yourself or to benefit your health, then how could the universe trust that you'd be able to make the bigger sacrifices in order to align yourself with the bigger goals and the bigger things that you want to manifest into your reality? So think of it that way. Anything that you do regularly that does not serve your highest purpose and your higher self could be considered a bad habit. And this process requires introspection, to really sit down and ask yourself, in what ways are you subconsciously telling yourself that you aren't worthy of the things that you want? Until you learn to rewrite those narratives and those ingrained beliefs, then you will continue to repel the things that you want to manifest. So the first step of that process would be to, again, become aware of those false narratives that you've been telling yourself. And then step 2 would be to actually reprogram your mind or reprogram your subconscious. And doing this means that you begin to think in a way that is already aligned with the things it is that you want and the things you want to manifest. So you're thinking and speaking not as if you want these things, but as if you already have them. So that's why affirmations are so powerful, and they're a really good place to start. Really, like, I highly recommend positive affirmations. If you aren't already doing so or saying them regularly every single day, I need you to get on your affirmations every day because it takes time. It's a process. At first, you're not going to really probably believe the things that you're saying. But the more belief and intention and emotion that you put into believing that what you want, you already have, that is the goal. And that's where the magic is. Step 3 is not only just saying these things and believing them, but actually backing these things up with action, with your everyday actions. Meaning, do your everyday actions, your everyday, again, habits, reflect what you're trying to manifest. Are your everyday habits aligned with the things that you want and the person that you want to become? And that would be the third, and I would say the final step. And yeah, you guys, it really is that simple. I would say that it's simple, but it isn't easy. And it's not easy because, like I said, step 1, it all comes back to your beliefs. It all comes back to the programs that are running in your own subconscious. So once you can really master that part and rewriting the narratives that you tell yourself every day subconsciously, I'm telling you, that's where the magic is. It really is that simple. As cliche as it sounds, it really is a matter of just believing in yourself, period. You truly do create your own reality, and I feel like that statement is as equally empowering as it is intimidating, because you have the power to change everything, but on the same side of that, that means that all the work falls on you. It all depends on you. So, like I said, you have to do the work, you have to become disciplined, you have to make the sacrifices, you have to actually take the steps and take action toward what it is that you want. And yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it here for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this helped. And yeah, subscribe, comment, and just give your opinions and give your perspective. I'd love to hear them. And I'll see you next video. I love you. Bye.